Today I'm gonna be showing y'all my step by step on how to achieve a fire high taper look with a wave cut. Because this is a waiver, he's been on his little wolf. This client was visiting from Texas, so we're gonna comb the hair out first. Make sure the hair is lifted up off of the scalp and ready and prepared for us to cut the hair down, because this is the end of his wolfing cycle. We're gonna grab our 1.5 guard, and we're using the TPOBs right now, but we're gonna continue to, cut the hair down with the 1.5, making sure everything is nice, even, really prepping the hair so we can get ready to start setting in all of our guidelines and our fading process. Y'all, this haircut came out fire, extremely fire, y'all. But right here, I'm just combing the hair and taking it down at the same exact time. This is a little rhythm that I've developed over the years, but now we're gonna lock in on this taper. So when it comes to a high taper, they don't have a curve or a C cup. That's what barbers call a C cup. So instead of setting in our first guideline with a trimmer, we set it in with our clippers level all the way closed. And now we go with our second guideline level all the way open. And then we create another guideline. And then now we're slowly notching using the notches or the levers on the clipper to slowly move from all the way open to all the way closed, which is the lever, which is the clipper showing having the least amount of hair. And we're slowly moving down from all the way open to all the way closed, moving down with each notch. And then we're fading from guideline number 2 to guideline number 1, which we had first set in. And then once that's done, we're gonna slap on our 2 guard and then start our fading down process. These guards that I have, they're good guards. They grip the hair, but they're kind of flimsy at the same exact time. But they grip the hair extremely well, y'all. But we're starting off with the 2 guard and then moving down with the 1.5. And every time we put on a new guard, the lever will be all the way open always. And then we start our fading down process by moving down while slowly closing the lever, so we can create a consistent pattern of, more hair to the least amount of hair at the bottom of the blend. That's what we're moving from. It's just like a fading process from darker to lighter. And then we're kind of going with the green right here, just getting all of the loose hairs, all the stick ups, all the flies. And now we have our number 0. This guard package did not come with a number 1 guard, but first we go with the lever all the way closed. We notch at that number 2 guideline that we had first set in, and then we open up our lever all the way and then start moving down from where we left off with the 1.5 to the number 2 guideline that we had set in, or the second guideline that we had set in. And this right here, as y'all can see right here, it creates a nice smooth blend. And I am going back over the bottom on with these guards. That number 0 guard, I would say it's good, but it's not the best number 0 guard in the world. I feel like it don't. So the higher guards, I feel like they really grabs the hair, but when it comes to the little guard, it leaves a little stubble, if that makes any sense. And then what we do on one side, we will be doing on the other. And y'all, this is the first. I don't have my lights. My lights are coming in from Germany. I just ordered the lights. I just ordered us. We have long mirrors, LED touchscreen mirrors, and everything coming in for the shop. So I ordered all that. You have to start somewhere. You have to start it off small. We kind of started the journey off a little bit sooner than later what was expected, but we getting everything done for the guys that we have inside of the shop, and we just starting, man. We just starting. It's going good. It's the same old me, same booked out, same. It's the same process every single time, every single. It's the same process, but we just in a different location. That's all it is. So what we did on one side, we're doing on the other. The lights are coming in. That's why you see a lot of shadows and whatnot. I cannot wait. Look at the background. That gray background with the textured wall. Y'all, it took me 15 hours to paint that wall. I was up there by myself painting the wall. Took way longer than what I expected. When I got halfway through one wall, I was like, man, I'm about to go home. And then I just put on my little gospel music, and I just, I wound up finishing the walls, halfway through the walls. And then about 2 weeks later, I finished the rest of the wall, which is literally last Monday. I think I went back to the shop and painted the walls, which I thought was gonna take me what, an hour. What took me an hour, I wound up just doing the whole rest of the wall anyways. It took 5 hours. But man, it's all a process. This is the process, and I am more than ready for the process. Everything won't be easy when it comes, especially you're about to run a whole business. In my situation, if you're about to run a whole business, bro, there's nothing that's gonna be pretty much easy about it. For me, it was a smooth transition, basically, because this is something that I've been eager for. This is something I've been wanting for a long time, ever since I've been a barber. It kind of just happened out of nowhere, and this is something I was well and more than prepared for after being in. I think I've been in 5 shops other than this one that I'm in right now, and I've learned, I picked up, I watched the other guys. I'm not much of a talker. I talk on my YouTube videos, and y'all, we doing the same thing for this back tape, but I'm just letting y'all see the whole process. So make sure y'all got y'all pen, y'all paper, y'all whatever. Save this video, like this video right now, because it's gonna be a fire haircut. But y'all just lock in and just watch. Follow through with my steps and everything, because I will be showing y'all and everything. And y'all, I'm talking to the client the same exact time. This is a brand new client coming all over from Texas, and he trusted in me. He found my page and trusted in me to get the job done for his haircut. So the biggest thing when you plan on, I had a dude just ask me, when did I feel that it was the right moment to go step out and do my own thing, as far as like opening up my own shop. And truth be told, man, I know it's a lot of people that want to open shops, that have dreams of opening up shops, but I strongly do feel like a small pool of people are capable of doing it. I don't even know I have the confidence that I'm capable of doing it, but I'm gonna save this for people that's out there. I guess that might think I'm full of it. I don't know if I'm ready yet for I'm not even know I don't even know if I'm qualified for it yet. But in my mind, I'm well and qualified for it, bro. But I feel like it's certain traits, because you're not only if you're not successful in your own business, in your own individual barbering business, if you're not making more than 6 figures a year, or close to it, or more, well, close to it, obviously, if you're making more, then you're ready. But if you can't grow a successful clientele base by yourself, how are you going to lead other people to success? How are you going to bring uh, all these other guys in your shop that you will be hiring up with you during this process, when you don't even know how to start the process, or you haven't even been through the journey to grow your own brand yet? It's impossible to lead for someone to lead other people and not have the knowledge, or not have the quality to lead themselves, or to hold themselves accountable, or they have extreme bad habits. What do you think your shop is going to be like? It costs money to open up a shop. It costs a lot of money to open up a decent shop. I'm not even nowhere near halfway done with my shop, and I've already spent about a little bit over 10 grand. That's a lot of money. A lot of money that a lot of people do not have. So, man, it just comes with a lot stepping out. And it's just, some people just aren't meant to do it. I can kind of, I'm gonna be honest. I can kind of look at people, talk to people, and I can tell off rip if you have it or not. If you just have the discipline of mindset, if you just simply just have the right mindset to be in a position like this, or to be in a position to where you're even going to be a successful barber. I'm talking about a real successful barber, not a barber that just known in his city, or known. I'm talking about barbers that's doing above and beyond amazing things with their life, with their legacy and everything. I can tell when somebody has it and when somebody does not. um, but let's continue on with the haircut. Right now, we look at Dez in the background recording his video. He just got him a camera. He gonna be on YouTube too. Hopefully he be on YouTube making consistent content. But right now, we don't have the hot towels going on right now. I just ordered the towels. We have them in. I'm gotta get us a hot towel cabinet. I'm trying to upgrade and have a shop hot towel cabinet. But right here, we're doing our alcohol pads. This is something right here, so you can get this same exact type of haircut at your house right now if you're cutting at your house or at your shop. Like all of these tools, you should have. We took an alcohol swab and we wiped down our client all the designated areas that we will be lining up. We wiped it down and then we dried the client with cold air. You only use cold air when it comes to this lineup, or you will not, your trimmer, it will seem like your trimmers are not hitting. And now we're just going to use level 3. Level 3 is what I chose to use for this video, but they have multiple holding sprays that do work and that do give a certain outcome. But we're just for this video we didn't put the level 3 on like we usually do. We took a little napkin. This is what I do for my personal use, but I'm showing it inside of a video because I'm giving y'all all the game. This is to create less residue on the client's skin. I used to have buku residue. The forehead used to be all shiny and everything until I started implementing this one thing, or changing this one thing, and that's just simply putting it on a neck strip. I use my older neck strips, neck strips that I don't think are that good, to spray it on, to spray the holding spray on, and then put it on my client. But right here, we're just going, letting the trimmers, we just following along. The trimmers doing all the work, and we just guiding the trimmers right here, y'all. And you wanna, if you want your haircuts to last a long time, you wanna make, after you line the hair up, after you line this neck part up, you always want to brush back down just to get all the straggle hairs, and watch your clients. Your clients will return just off of that because they'll be like, man, the barber's good and the haircuts last a long time. Because, you know, everybody down not to spend consistent money. Nobody wants to go home and then 2 days later it don't look like they have a haircut. That's why I special in, look how I'm using my corners of my trimmer, but that's why I special in, that's why I have a lot of clients that just do all natural haircuts, y'all. I kid you not, I could cut 20 people. I've cut about 15 to 20 people in one day without using any enhancements, just all natural enhancements, because that's what older, more mature clients, that's what they be wanting, people that be real successful. I kid you not. And right here for the lineup, we always start in the middle and then we work towards the weaker side. This client did not have no weak side. He did not have no strong side. He had a full strong lineup, which is good, and you know, it's less work for the barber. Now we just matching both sides, creating the vertical bars, and that's it. A high taper is easier to do than a low taper because all it is boom, boom, just set in the vertical bar, and that's it, y'all. So, and just to let y'all know, I do cut with a modified blade. All my blades are modified. The ones that I use in my videos, man. Once you cut with a modified blade, brother, you will not go back. I don't say who I got it from because I feel like I'm a big enough content creator to get something out of any type of promotion that goes on my page, man. I'm just, you know your value, and I should be getting something out of promotion, whether it comes from anything that I promote on this channel. I strongly feel like I should, you know be giving something. But right here, this razor is what's gonna put the icing on the cake, and it's just gonna make the lineup just stand out, y'all, especially with these all natural haircuts. And this is the cut right here. Nice, clean, high taper, sharp lines. Man, thank y'all for watching the video. Thank y'all for being here throughout the journey. But it's HYB. If you're not handling your business and what you're doing, and we out.
Danny, please don't do anything crazy.